If you are sick right now, when we take communion in a few moments, understand that you are drinking His life. Sickness could not attach himself, or itself rather, to Jesus Christ. You know, the Bible forbids the eating of blood. Precisely because the life of the flesh is in the blood. See? But Pastor, that's Old Testament. I know it's Old Testament. But you know, in the Jerusalem Council, New Testament, they came up with 4 guidelines. The first is abstain from food offered to idols. The second one is abstain from blood. That's New Testament. Third is don't eat animals that were strangled. You know why? Because when you strangle, normally when they kill, they slit the throat, let the blood out. So the life of that animal goes out. But when you strangle, the body goes into shock. The blood becomes poisonous. And then we eat that. And the blood is poisonous. Now remember this, the life of the flesh is in the blood. So you take on the characteristics of what you eat. So when you eat the life of Christ and drink the life of Christ, you take on His characteristics. Now when you take the blood of pigs, is it any wonder why at night you go, just kidding. But it's true. It's true. That's why He says, don't eat blood. You know why? You're taking on the life of that thing. The only blood that was sanctioned in the Old and the New is the blood of Christ. Is the blood of Christ. I thank God I stopped taking dinuguan. You know, I liked dinuguan before. I really did. I stopped because I grossed out, only because I saw it. I didn't know it was blood. I thought it was just the name. Until our cook blended the blood, and it looked like, what's that again? Watermelon shake. It literally looked like watermelon shake. And so I dipped the glass in it, and I was about to drink. And he said, "Sir, dugo yan." I said, "Ba't may dugo dito?" "Sir, dinuguan ang pagkain natin mamaya." So I said, "You mean to say dugo talaga yan?" The whole time I thought it was just black sauce. You know, just like, what do you call those, squid. Right? It's just black sauce. I didn't know it was blood. Ever since I stopped taking it. You know, not for anything. Not because bawal or, it's just, whoosh. Whew, just thinking about it, you know, I'm getting goosebumps. And that's not the anointing. So anyway, advancing in age doesn't mean that you have to advance in years. Okay, I was saying that earlier. You take on the life of Christ. Christ does not get old. Look at this. Therefore Sarah laughed within herself, saying, "After I have grown old, shall I have pleasure, my Lord being old also?" You know why? Because she heard the Lord saying, "Next year." You know, remember that story I gave you? Abraham gave bread and wine. "Next year you'll have a son." And Sarah was 89 years old. He was 99 years old. And she laughed. She overheard it. You know naman women, di ba? They're in the tent, but their ears are outside there with you. You know? Woo, radar. You know? And so what happened was, she heard and she laughed. She said, look, she laughed within herself. And then she said, "After I have grown old, kung kailan pa ako tumanda," look at this, "shall I have pleasure?" A lot of people think that pleasure is for the youth. And when it's old, it's just leisure. Nawala yung P. Diba? No, it's only for the... No. See, Sarah, remember Sarah was invited by a king to be part of his harem when she was 80. 80 kapatid, hindi 18. She was taking communion. Why? Because of Abraham. She had no choice. She was taking communion. It was making her body younger. And guess what? Dr. Bello was not alive then. don't need this. If there are any cosmetic surgeons here, you can work on the unbelievers, okay? The believers, we have communion, okay? So hindi po kayo mawawala ng pasyente. No? Marami pa rin, kaso lang hindi yung mga believers. Because we have communion. You know, your face gets stretched by itself. Diba? And you don't look like this. Because it's so stretched already. Your eyes go up to here. Your mouth is up to your ears. You look like the Joker, diba? And then all your skin is here at the back. Akala mo, it's a bun. Yung pala, hindi. That's the skin. All the skin being pulled back. You know? No. You see, that's what communion does. It renews your youth. Makes you younger. Makes you look younger. Makes you... 3 sisters. I end with this story. Do I have another slide? Okay. I end with this story. 3 sisters, old maids, never got married. One was 96, one was 94, one was 92 years old. The 96-year-old went to take a bath. And as she was getting out of the bath, 96, right? She was moving really slow, puts one foot out of the bath, stops to rest, and said, wait a minute, was I going out or was I coming in? And so calls for the 94-year-old to help her. Sister, can you please come up here? I forgot if I was going out or coming into the bath. So now the 94-year-old downstairs goes up the stairs. And of course, it takes a while, right? So she stops and, teka muna, was I going up or was I going down? So now she calls for the youngest. Sister, the 92-year-old, please help us. I forgot where I'm going. And she was saying, these 2 sisters talaga of mine, I hope when I get old, I don't become like them, Knock on wood. Okay, I'll help you. Let me just answer the door first. Some of it, just passed by, yes? Dead spot. Take communion, you'll get the joke, What was I talking about again? No, just kidding. 3 brothers, yeah. 16, 14, and 12. Okay, let's take communion. Ushers, let's... Communion is a covenant meal. And as the bread and the juice are being passed around, put yourself in that attitude. Understanding that I'm about to partake in a covenant meal with my God. I'm about to take His body into me. And if there's sickness in your body, believe Him for your healing. If not now, at least believe Him that you will get well. And that this sickness is not going to be the cause of your death. And if there's any dead spot in your body, from the hair on your head to the hair on your toes, believe God that when you take His life, when you drink the blood, it's going to bring life into that.